Good day, everybody, welcome to today's video. Today's video on my LS Swap Jeep, we're going to do a modification, and that is to work on some new LED lighting for underneath the hood. We all know how crappy the factory hood light is. However, over the years, I picked up a mercury switch, and I've had an LED light right there, which has been okay. But I want to try something different. We got all these holes in the ribs and on the side, and I was thinking, what about if I put some penny lights in there? So I'd have like a few going across and a few going up instead of just having one there. And that is one of the little penny lights right there. So now to get started on this project, here's my penny lights, all my connectors, wire. So what I found for the penny lights is that a 3/4 inch drill bit was too big and a 5/8 was just slightly too small. So I drilled all my holes with the 5/8, and then I used a die grinder afterwards just to slightly hone them out a little bit. Then once I was done that, grabbed my portable vacuum and I cleaned up the mess. Next step I did is once I had all the holes drilled and cleaned out, I started installing the penny lights. And one of the things you might want to do before the penny lights are installed is to test them and make sure they all work first. Double check the polarity of them. Some doesn't matter. Some has a certain positive and negative, and some are, if you hook them up backwards, they fry. All depends on where you got them from. So just install them all, then we're going to start building the wiring harness. So I must say, so far I was pretty impressed with the way it looked. Now to get it prepped up, put the wire connectors on using a quick connector, and I used opposite between positive and negative. Now comes the fun part, building the harness and trying to figure out how long your wires are going to be. And I kept my wires positive, negative, a different color to make sure. I'm not going to mix them up. Heat shrink everything, all your connections. If you're soldering, put protective coating on it. And then the fun part all begins feeding it into the ribs of the hood. And then remembering to connect your lights as you go. And this is the first section that I'm doing. And then I gotta figure out how I'm gonna do the next section, because I gotta be careful of the wiper sprayer that goes there. This next section, I decided to build it in place. I figured that was gonna be the best way, because then I could kind of gauge how long my wires are gonna be and where I was gonna end up routing it. So just attaching it all, making my last final crimp connections before I hook it all up. Now that's basically how it's gonna look. Feed it all in, and then now comes the big test. Before I reinstall the hood, I want to make sure it lights up, because it's easier to do all the work right now while it's off. And as you can see, they lit up. Now I'm gonna install the hood and test it. So now that the hood's on, the lights are working. I think I failed to mention in the beginning is that I had a mercury switch that I had bought, and that's what's connected on the hood. So now that it works, I want to verify, make sure that the mercury switch works. So as I close the hood, you can see the lights go out, power back on, lights go out, power back on. And of course, when you're wheeling, your lights are probably going to come on and off on your dash, depending on your approach of angle. I'm going to say right now, I'm very impressed by the way it turned out. Looks way better at nighttime than I had imagined it was going to go. It is pretty cheap to do. Probably under 30 bucks it cost me to do this mod. And it brightens things up quite a bit. Anyways, I want to thank you guys for watching this video. And I'll see you guys in the next one.